Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be going over several uncommon countries and locations that you'll probably never get in GeoGuessr, but there's a chance. Some of these locations you'll only get in certain game modes, and some of these are so rare that you'll probably never get them, but I just wanted to go over them in this video, so if you do ever get them, you don't get it horribly wrong. Starting off with a country that I've only ever gotten in country streaks. This is Pakistan, which is pretty unique. It's very smoggy. You have this very thick smog, and the coverage isn't too extensive. But again, I've only gotten this in country streaks. It's in like a very weird location in like one city, but I think the smog is definitely the most unique part about it, as well as again the limited coverage, which is kind of a common theme for the rest of the countries in this video as well. Moving on to another very rare country. This is China, mainland China, and I've only gotten this twice, and it was in pretty recent daily challenge, and there was 2 China locations. Usually they're gonna be in museums or zoos or something like that. This is just like a big palace. This one's pretty common. I think you'll get this sometimes in Battle Royale as well. But it's pretty obvious you're going to be in China. You're going to have this very limited trucker coverage, and everything's going to seem very empty, as well as this Chinese text. Moving on to probably the most common country on this list. The only reason I included it in this video is because it's such a new country, and I covered this in my previous video. This is Rwanda. I'll link it right here if you want to watch it. But basically, you're going to have very clean streets with a slight red tint to them. You're going to have these striped sidewalks, and the side of the road are going to be striped. And overall, it's just going to have a very clean feel to it. Sometimes you'll have an unblurred vehicle and a KG on the street signs. There's only one city in Rwanda that's actually covered. It's the capital. So if you see this, there should be some easy points for you. Madagascar. Madagascar can be pretty common. The best way to tell it apart from other African countries is going to be the trucker coverage, as well as the sun in the north. If the sun is in the north and you have trucker coverage, it's going to be Madagascar. This next country is probably the rarest country in the entire game, and that's because it has very, very limited coverage. This is Mali, and Mali only has, I think, a couple locations. I think 5 in 3 different cities, and there's just like trucker coverage around buildings. So I'll leave the cities right here so you can see them, and you're not really gonna have anywhere else like this. It's like a big desert, and just this trucker coverage that goes around the building. There's also gonna be ladder poles. This is very rare, but in case you ever do get it, it's pretty easy to tell apart. And finally, we have a European country. I covered this in my Western European tips video, but this is San Marino. I'm going to go a bit more in depth with it because I feel like I didn't do a great job in my last video. But again, you should look at the license plates. Some of them look like North American license plates. They don't have the blue on them. You're going to have Gen 2 coverage. As you can see here, we have the white blur and the halo. There's going to be some Italian. It's going to be quite mountainous. And there's pretty extensive coverage in San Marino. It's just pretty old. Again, apologies for another short video. Tomorrow I should get out a longer one. If you did enjoy though, please leave a like. If you want to see content like this in the future, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.